YouTube another Bound by Flame live stream. I did one earlier, but I had to get off to. Well, one, I wanted to eat my food while it was still hot. I got some seafood, whatever, and also had to take care of a little bit of business really quickly. So once I did that, now I'm able to get back on Bound by Flame. I'm making on Fortnite later. But I want to play a little bit of Bound by Flame because this game has really got me encaptured in the storyline and everything about it, and I'm just like really loving it overall. So I'm just going to do something really quickly.
What's up, DC Gamer Gang, and we are back on Bound by Flame. Enough said, let's get LOL. WSSP DC Gamer Gang. Thanks for stopping by another video. Much appreciated. If you wish to donate, you can now do so at my Cash App. Hashtag.
It is being saved. Please don't turn off your system when it is displayed. It kind of rhymes. This icon indicates the game is being saved. Please don't turn off the system when it is displayed. Village Hall. Symbol show you on the map where you can sleep to recover and let time go by.
Sybil, can I talk to you?
Yes?
Same old, same old. Save the story mode. I'm actually going to look it up on YouTube because I pressed the pause button thinking that it was going to pause in the middle of the cutscene, and it don't seem it did that. It seems it skipped some of the joint.
Miss Vulcan, what brings you here?
The captain wants me to help your village. You got a job I can do?
With our shortages of food and fighting men, our worn-out equipment and the growing lines at the healing house, I cannot deny our village is sorely in need of help. Sadly, I fear that these are not the sort of problems you are used to dealing with, unless I'm much mistaken.
Depends on what it is.
Maybe I'll surprise you. Your sentries, how can I put this? At first I thought they were disobeying orders. Now I think maybe they don't even understand them. If you're stupid and incompetent, you should be digging turnips, not taking care of security.
You're beginning to worry me. Is it really that bad?
Are you kidding me? The state of their weapons is enough to make you cry. Maybe they'd be good for splitting logs.
Personally, I'm not capable of judging the aptitude of our sentries, but their poor results speak for themselves. Doubtless, you should share your observations with Mason, the chief of the watch. I should warn you, however, that he is of a somewhat stubborn nature.
Wouldn't be the first I've seen. So what's the problem with the healing house?
Quite simply, Mirana cannot keep up. She spends every waking minute giving out supplies to the refugees and refuses to admit that she cannot help everyone. She thinks she's fooling me. I have heard rumors that her food stock is running low. Unsurprisingly, the crowds outside are becoming restless. I believe they wish to continue handing out our food reserves as though they were unlimited. This is not the case, and thus, it is not an option.
So, you want someone to put her down?
Why, I never suggested any such thing. I just wish she would see reason, for all our sakes. But I have asked nothing of you. I was merely answering your question.
Are you okay?
I need the reports about this beast that attacked the villagers.
I fear I am unable to be of help. I'm still not entirely convinced that it even exists. All I know is that several villagers have vanished. One villager is at present in the doctor's care, following a supposed encounter with the said beast. These swamps are crawling with dangers. There is nothing to suggest anything out of the ordinary. The refugees are always inventing horror stories in an attempt to force us to open our gates and let them inside.
It might be worth checking out. You said you lost one of your patrols, right?
That is so. You should speak with Randval. He was most anxious to go out and hunt the beast down, but we needed him here. Now that we have more able bodies to guard our gates, I imagine he would be keen to pick up the scent once more.
I've got a few questions I'd like to ask about this village.
I imagine there are few who are better placed than myself to answer them.
How come it's you that's running the show here?
What a question. Because, my friend, someone has to. You imagine I'm doing this for my amusement, perhaps? Doubtless you wish it was someone else. The chief of the watch has trouble organizing 3 peasants. Our dear apothecary is evidently keen to give succor to any and every poor soul who wanders into the healing house. And regardless of your reputation, the people of this village would never trust outsiders such as yourself, or even the Red Scribes.
Sheesh, harsh.
So yes, it is indeed I who command here. The one-time steward of the hunting lodge of Valvanor, now leader of this shithole.
Ooh.
Well, hell, I'm glad we got that cleared up. What can you tell me about the people of Valvanor?
Before the war, there were just a few families here. Hunters and craftsmen, mostly. These days, they survive as best they can, husbanding their animals and digging up the puny vegetables they've managed to grow. Few dare to venture outside the walls. These woods are fruitful, but more perilous than ever before, and most of these folk know nothing of arms.
But you've got your guards.
They hardly qualify as an armed militia.
Ooh.
Of the few that remain, most are sturdy farmers whom we have entrusted with some kind of weapon. Most of the real fighters left the village as soon as war broke out. The others died while out on patrol. The only one left here with any real experience is Mason, the head of the guard.
So
sadly, the man is a walking beer keg.
The real
could not give a dog's fart for what his
guards died, and y'all got some farmers out there with some kind of weapon, like.
Who are all those refugees that you're keeping outside the walls?
Has driven many from their homes. Would be the first to welcome them.
Ooh.
These peasants have been fleeing from town to town and from camp to camp for months. The best and strongest of them perished in battles somewhere along the way. I must deal with the leftovers.
Ooh.
I put the biggest of them in the watch, but they are of little use.
Well, that's because the other ones died. So I say you better keep them. Wow, that was harsh. Let me join this party right fast. Yo, yo. Hello? What is the healing house?
The healing house. It's a pretty good thing for your village, huh?
If you say so. As time has gone by, the healing house has drawn refugees to the swamps in ever greater numbers, and dissuaded some malingerers from returning to their families. When it opened its doors a year ago, the sense of relief was palpable. It was run by a couple, an elf doctor and his apothecary wife, who clearly were no strangers to the healing arts. Thanks to them, we were spared many plagues. But as the war dragged on, the endless tide of refugees continued to flow through our gates until we could harbor no more. 6 months ago, our worst nightmares were fulfilled. Our elf doctor fell ill and died. Since then, Mirana has soldiered on without rest, alone. I do not know how much longer she can keep going. The refugees just keep on coming. And I fear that poor woman is beginning to crumble under the strain. It's not surprising.
You clicking, ain't you?
I need a blacksmith. Do you have one here?
With none more qualified, I asked Asiel to take over the village forge. I suppose I should warn you, he's quite a tricky character.
Sure, ain't that the truth?
He has a huge ego and is stubborn as an ox.
You ain't lying. Now I'm playing the game.
Before the war, he was a sort of artist. He crafted jewelry and sculptures from metal. Despite running the forge, one could hardly call him a blacksmith.
How hard is it up there?
But he's the only one here
Hot?
who had even the vaguest
Yeah, how hard
notion
is
of how
it?
to repair a shovel.
Not sure. We all got the airs on.
It's like 111 down here.
You mean it feels like 111? It probably ain't actually 111.
I'll check it. I think it might.
Well, cause you know you got the temperature and then you got the real field temperature. So it could be 90 degrees, but the real field might be 100. Let's change the subject.
We'll talk again later.
I want to get at that box back there. Leather, health, exploding trap.
Yeah, it's 93, but I feel like 111.
Figured. What is?
I
am busy, mercenary. Go do what you're getting paid for.
You're not doing nothing. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, what you were saying?
I forgot.
It's all good.
What am I saying?
What's up to whoever that is joining my stream? Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you haven't done so already. And hit that bell for post notifications. So is this where I can... Okay. Raw metal, heart dust. Oh, I got a mana potion. Alright. It said it was like... I could rest or whatever. But I guess it's if my health was low and I need to come. Alright, let me see. How do I leave this place? I forgot how I came in here. I know I came through a door, obviously, but like... Let's see which direction. Okay, here it is.
Vulcan, you must help me. The prince is dying.
What do you need?
Well, I'm happy to see that my talents as a doctor are finally being recognized.
There's no doubt an explosion would cure him of all his ills forever. But I was actually thinking about your connections with the Red Scribes. If you could speak to them, it would save me having the prince's death on my conscience.
I wouldn't exactly call myself a friend of theirs, but yeah, I can always give it a try.
Okay, Cyber.
I have a few questions I need to ask you.
Let's lead up to there.
Elves are pretty rare. I haven't had the chance to talk to many. Can you tell me more about your people?
We are born in the trees, eat only seeds, and we spend all the livelong days singing.
I get the feeling you're fucking with me.
Perish the thought. Well, it's just that we aren't that different from you humans, despite what one hears. Our civilization is obviously a bit older, so we have had the time to learn from our mistakes. We don't really live in the same rhythm as you do. We move a little slower, and most of us are prone to having at least some respect for the past. This is the reason why we never destroy anything, that we prefer to build on top of things.
I've heard that you're immortal?
That joke has lived for 15 generations. I will never get tired of it. No, we're not immortal. We live long lives, though, much longer than you. We are resistant to poisons, rotten food, and toxic body odor, apparently. Unfortunately, these things do not make us immortal.
Don't elves ever make war?
That's an impression we like to give other people. The fact is, we do go to war, just never against each other. You must understand that, given our long lifetimes, battles are fairly futile. This may well be what has motivated the choices of our king concerning the Ice Lords. But we certainly know how to fight, and you'll see proof of that soon enough.
I can at least put his head on the pillow. Yo, the other dudes are not moving. Don't even look like they breathing.
So it's the prince who gives the orders?
The word orders may not be the best one. We do not submit nor obey easily. Our kings are a reference. Wise men who can point out the way. They tend to guide us rather than give us orders. But to answer your question,
right,
it is his father, the
it.
king, who is the leader of our people.
Who is the elf in the healing house? Is he really your prince?
He is Prince Arundel, the son of our king and heir to the elven crown. Therefore, yes, he is our king.
How the hell did he end up here?
Prince Arundel led a detachment of the elven army sent to harass the Deadwalkers. And when he reached Bastion, he fell into an ambush.
Dang.
I got wind of this trap, but by the time I arrived, it was too late. When I caught up to the prince, he was already wounded, and most of his soldiers were dead. Those who survived covered our retreat.
To here?
Yes. The route to Carolthas was too dangerous. I knew about this village and felt that it would be secure for at least a little while. As soon as he gets better, we shall leave for Carolthas. The remainder of the human and elven armies are gathering there. That is where the final stage of the war will be played out.
You seem different from the other elves I've met. Where are you from?
Really? I seem different. And yet I have such pointy ears. And if you really want to know, I actually come from one of the most ancient and noble houses that exists. I'm even linked to the royal family.
Oh, okay.
But I can assure you that I'm sufficiently far down the line of succession to be in no danger of being crowned. And my reputation is no help either.
Hey, as far as bad reputations go, every mercenary's got one, so we're used to it.
Let's just say that I got into enough trouble to eventually be considered a traitor to my people.
Dang.
When I got involved in the war, I disagreed with decisions made by the king. He thought that this war, like so many others, would not last. That the conquests won by the Ice Lords would melt away like all the human victories before them had. But I thought differently. Right from the start of hostilities, I began to requisition certain resources I felt necessary for those doing the fighting. More food, more weapons, better armor.
Yeah.
When my people discovered what I'd done, I was declared an outlaw, and many saw me as a thief. Which, in a manner of speaking, I guess I was.
Like a Robin Hood.
What a bunch of cowards. If they had listened to you, we wouldn't be in this mess.
I've been telling myself that for years. But
I was
do
tempted to
understand their
choose
point
the
of
other
view.
option, which was
It is
also
fraud,
your
but not entirely thoughtless.
outlaw and the thief.
They have
but,
had some time
like,
to prepare their
it's
forces
not
and to
true.
learn the strengths and weaknesses of the Deadwalker army. This knowledge might allow us to turn the tide of the war, even if it does seem too little too late at this point.
I kind of was tempted to choose one option, but I'll be honest with you, I probably would watch the cutscenes once I beat the game and just see like the different options that you could have chosen and what the responses were.
Do you know these swamps?
I've been in this area long enough to have explored a fair amount of it, actually. The region is rather inhospitable, which I suppose is a good thing under the present circumstances.
A good thing? You're out of your mind.
These swamps are a labyrinth. The Deadwalker scouts will never be autonomous enough to find their way to the village by themselves.
That means we should be fairly safe for the moment. At least until a general or an Ice Lord comes to town.
Except that recently, there has been a change in these swamplands. And I must admit that I no longer feel safe at all.
What do you mean?
Something is affecting the swamplands, corrupting the vegetation and the animals. And I have no idea what it is. But anything that grows or lives here could become a threat. So I strongly recommend that you watch where you put your feet.
Yeah, I haven't decided which one I want. Because I like the S20, but I don't like the curved edge.
Almost.
Let's change the subject. So, is the prince doing any better?
He is still in a coma. He doesn't seem much better, no.
I'm going to speak with the Red Scribe's doctor. He might know of a cure.
Thank you.
Let's change the subject. We need to adjust your combat style.
Alright.
What would you like me to do?
I'd like you to take more risks. Take the offensive.
Brilliant. Just waiting for you to give the word.
Relmar, you got a minute?
Yes?
I need your expertise. Will you come with me?
Of course I will. Lead the way.
Swashbuckler, yes, we can finally get it. Your maximum increase even more. Your maximum health increase even more. Passionate. You're more experience when you kill an enemy. That's 369 for that. The fate of the Prince Arundel, heir to the kingdom of the Hells, is in the hands of the Rizwan. The Freedom Blades won't be able to take to the road again until the Tsar is once again on his feet. Both Chambridge and the Steward of Valinor, in exchange for room to make their camp, the Freeborn Blades have agreed to assist him. Valinor is a small village lost in something. Couldn't finish reading the rest. They still there. Combine ingredients. Combine ingredients directly from the bag menu in order to obtain superior quality ingredients. Guess I'll figure it out at some point. Oh, I see where I need to go though, but I want to finish looking over here. I didn't get the chance. Right here. Village Hall. To light up dark areas with your... Okay, never mind. I already know that. Nonetheless, note that the light will draw the attention of your enemies. So this is the room I left out of. You're saying with a little curiosity can find work there. It's a safe bet that a mercer with a little curiosity can find work there. So Cyber, doing something I think. The journal records everything there is to know about the characters that you have met and also about the creature that you have fought. Talk to your companions regularly. Your relationship with them will improve. They may be able to give you useful information.
It's frustrating. I feel completely useless here.
Mercenary.
I need your help. According to the villagers, there's a beast haunting the swamp, and it's attacked them several times.
I have heard about it, yes. And although I don't have any concrete information about the creature, there are some things that corroborate what they say. Even though we aren't very good at magic, we still feel it. And since we came to the swamp, we have all felt a powerful source nearby. The problem is that the source seems distorted, corrupted.
She's leaving today.
Kind of like the one the Ice Lords use. Only not the same.
I hope for your sake that you're right about that. Otherwise, we're really up shit creek.
We are very certain of it. But this magic could very well have transformed one or more creatures in the swamp, making them more aggressive, bigger. Who knows? Something to frighten the villagers.
Some people probably might not like this game because of all the cutscenes, but honestly, I don't mind it.
You're telling me the thing is magic and corrupted.
Especially because once you get into the action, you win it.
Just what I needed.
What you playing for?
With all the knowledge accumulated by your scribes, you must have learned a few things about the Ice Lords, right?
We do indeed know some of their secrets, and a good part of their history.
Anything we could use to fight them?
We thought we'd found a chink in their powers that our ritual was supposed to let us exploit. But you saw the result.
Sure, saw it.
That's one way of putting it.
Right.
That said, I'm beginning to wonder if we haven't involuntarily brought about the conditions for their end.
You think?
I don't get you.
What you have within you could well turn out to be their doom.
Yeah.
Even if I don't have the faintest idea of how or why. And unfortunately, as long as we don't know more about it, we also have to fear that it might lead to our doom, too.
That's true.
Can I do something for you?
No, thank you. I don't need anything for the moment.
I'll be going now. Relmar, you got a minute?
Yes.
Let's move on.
There's like fixtures on the wall. Oh yeah, I forgot to open this when I was in here. Don't seem like I got anything. Okay, there we go. Got some gold, gemstone, leather, a helmet, and a crossbow attachment. I think it said. Said something about crossbow. May have been an arrow attachment. Not really sure. Also, all this is all one big connected building. Yeah, because this is where I came. This is the door I came through when I... Yeah. Alright. I see. Dang, my mama took my water and now I'm thirsty. Use your trips to the city to do something. You drunk all my water? Grocery store? Okay. Yes, please. I'm thirsty. Bro, where am I supposed to be going exactly? It's like a lot of different... Oops, my bad. Ain't mean to bump you. I don't want them problems. You don't want these problems. I'll get right with you. This is an outhouse? Ooh, I found the chest. Ooh, got some gold, some elven greaves, whatever that is, and some leather. Heck is greaves? Guess I'll figure it out eventually. Leather. Ooh, got a mana, and I got an exploding trap.
So, you have returned. What is your desire?
Let's sail.
The steward said there was a beast attacking the villagers.
This is what one hears, yes. Something is wandering through the swamps, devouring the reckless. The saddest part is that it's often the guards who end up lost, along with their equipment. Meanwhile, we are overrun with refugees who serve no useful purpose at all.
Dang, they rough.
I'll be back.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that's the village hall that mom.
Yeah. Okay.
Leather and a health jump and we'll find metal, gemstone, another mana. I'm just gonna do my fire attacks.
My goodness, let's see. You're not pissing blood, you're not vomiting your guts out. Both legs are in place and they seem to be holding you upright. Congratulations. It looks like you'll pull through.
And
now you'll excuse me, but I have other miracles to accomplish, and not much time to devote to people in your condition.
Well, Logan already has a reputation of being a slight a-hole, so I might as well go along that lines. Because the option to do it like a refugee, excuse me for bothering you.
Take it easy there, Doc. I'm with the Freeborn Blades. I'm not one of your refugees.
You could be Blackstorm himself for all I care. Now get out of my way, I have things to do.
I should have went the nice road. I had a feeling. Can I do a duel?
Haven't you anything better to do than bother me?
Hang on a sec. The steward himself sent me here to give you a hand.
Wonderful. I've been after him for months to get me some help, and he sends me an armed ape. British medicine, I presume? Your tools seem rather barbaric.
Do I do pretty well with my tools? I could possibly prove to be useful. I know how to concoct potions. I don't want to spend all night on this. You know what? Be a bit of an asshole. I don't want to spend all night on this.
For someone with so much to do, you sure do talk a lot. So let's get this figured out, because I've got some shit to do too. Either you need help and you want me to handle it, or you don't, and you deal with it yourself.
Point blank.
Well then, I suppose I have nothing to lose.
So I just gotta be a little
In fact, there is
kick in the
something
ribs to get him right.
for me. I'm worried about my assistant Heyman. I haven't seen him for a while now, and I fear he might have gone into the swamps to look for the plants I need. We're forced to venture further and further in to find the plants we need. With all that's been going on lately, I forbade him from going back out alone, but the boy is nothing if not stubborn.
Ah, stubborn? Yeah, I hate people like that.
Please find him. He's a good boy. He's done nothing but help others since he arrived. Without him, the House of Healing would be a house of death.
If I'm gonna go slogging through the swamps anyway, might as well take a look around and
try
to bring back the plants you need too, right? Got any drawings or descriptions?
Yes, that's a good idea. I would be grateful to you. But above all, try to bring back my assistant Heyman in one piece. He is your priority. For the rest, basically, I need food, medicinal herbs, and of course, I wouldn't say no to a few pre-prepared potions. All of our stock seems to disappear so quickly. I'll give you the parchment that I made for Heyman to help you recognize the specimens I need. He knows them by heart now, after so many trips.
Right. Plants, potions, chow, and one assistant. If I come across some elven tea, would you like a cup of that too?
That would be lovely.
Let's talk about your healing house. I found you a few health potions.
Oh no, they trying to get me to give up all my health potions. But how many do I have? Like, bump it. I'll be nice.
I hope these will help cover your needs for a little while.
They will prove very useful, I promise you. And thank you.
Where could I find some food for you?
Sadly, there isn't much choice. You have to go look for it in the swamps, unless you want to bargain for it with the steward. Perhaps he will be more generous with a mercenary than with a simple apothecary.
I'm still looking for your assistant.
Here? I seriously doubt that he's still here in the village. Please, I know that it's dangerous, but you'll have much better luck looking for him in the swamplands. Come back and see me when you've any news.
Wait, sure. That's the same game with the flashing lights.
Flashing lights?
Yeah, you said that one that gave you a headache.
Oh, that's Doom. That's the 1993 arcade game. Dang, that just made me mad all over again that I didn't buy the other 3 in time for the sale. Only one of them still on sale, and the other 2 went back to their regular price. That made me a little sad.
I'd like some information about the village and its inhabitants. So, what do you think of the steward?
Oh, don't get me started on that.
Too late if you ask me.
Facts.
If I were you, I'd be wary of him. He is not as honorable as he would have you believe.
Duh, I seen right through that.
Before the war, he was just a lackey, bowing and scraping before all the people of power that passed by.
Yeah, I can see that.
Due to a superior's mistake, he thinks he's in charge now. He's a latecomer, nothing but an opportunist, ready to do anything to keep his little piece of power. I've had the misfortune of experiencing his sense of priorities. When he no longer has a use for you, he lets you know you're not welcome.
Facts, and you definitely sense that in the way he talked about the refugees, bro. Talking about something they're very good to being helpful. As soon as all the other ones died, the other ones talking about some, oh, they're not helpful very much. Get out of here. Like, keep them around, all the people that didn't die for your sacrifice. The steward is doing an okay job. I mean, he's keeping things running, but overall, he is just a pompous, pretentious little boss.
I can't say I disagree with you there. This asshole treats everybody like his personal slaves.
For the moment, he treats you well because you serve his needs.
Yeah, I get that from him.
This might not always be true, and then your lives will be threatened.
He'd go that far?
I didn't found the House of Healing alone. It was with my husband, Ron. He was not a great warrior, nor a renowned strategist. His only gift was for healing. He was my teacher before becoming my husband. The steward welcomed us with open arms. We took care of his men, his villagers. Then the refugees started arriving in greater numbers. Too many for Chambriad, who ended up closing the gates and pretending that these people simply didn't exist. Ron was furious. He tried to make him understand that he would heal everyone, no matter what. And if the self-proclaimed leader of the village wasn't capable of taking care of anyone other than himself, that he would do it. A few days later, I came back from the swamps to discover Ron in agony in the healing house. He had been poisoned.
You think this was the work of the steward?
Who else would have reason to kill him? Everyone loved him and counted on him. Chambriad thought that without him, the healing house would close, and that the number of refugees would diminish naturally. Unfortunately for him, I will continue my husband's good work, even unto my dying breath. He gave me an even greater reason to keep going.
Facts.
This healing house is a waste of time and resources. These people are but dead weight.
Oh, jeez.
What did you do before the war?
Before the war? Please don't tell me you're naive enough to believe that this war only started 10 years ago.
That's what everybody says.
I come from Shorelin, a faraway land in the north that the Ice Lords probably wiped off the map some time ago. Because no one is left to write the history books, other than a fanatical cult more interested in arcane magic than in human science or medicine. The fact remains that the war is far more ancient than that. For as long as I can remember, I have always known war. I was only just learning to walk when Marshal Winters invaded my homeland.
I've heard of this Ice Lord. Winters the Bloodthirsty.
I wandered along the main roads for years, always heading further south, staying just ahead of the advancing Deadwalkers. First with my sister, and a family of neighbors. Then just with my sister, then all alone. Until the day I met the man who would become my husband. A remarkable elf, who taught me how to heal, and how to love, and help those near me. But after years of fleeing, and ending up here in this isolated village so in need of healers, we decided to put down roots. Roan died 8 months ago, leaving me alone, and in charge of the House of Healing that we had built together.
Who are these refugees you're helping?
They are the outcasts of the war. Those who didn't have the privilege of dying in combat, or who lack knowledge of the arts of the forge. No one wants them. If I don't help them, nobody will.
You're losing precious time and wasting your resources. Nah, we got it.
You're doing the right thing. Taking care of them is good for everybody's morale. The ones who do the fighting want to know they aren't doing it for nothing, and that their people won't be abandoned while they're gone.
Facts.
That is far from the only reason, but I'm very happy to hear you say it.
That's kind of what I was saying before when the steward was like, well, once they done and then reward everybody else that's left behind, just leftovers. Like, that's disrespectful. Like, friends and family are the people you sent down to protect you. and died doing it. So part of me be wanting me to choose the pompous answers, but like I'm trying to be nice today. Huh?
Isn't it a game?
Yeah, but like you can have conversation with people in town and see like what their thoughts is about other people, and basically like try to figure out everybody's, and I guess like figure out who's the good guys and who really the bad guys. But like the leader of this village, for real, he don't care about them people. He feel like if you can't really have no specialty, that you're not worth living there. Thing is, he has no specialty. It's just that the real leader is gone, and he just assumed the throne basically because, well, he stepped up first. But the nigga don't know how to do nothing himself. For real.
Have you heard any rumors about a beast wandering around in the marshes?
They are not rumors. There is something in these marshes, and I have a patient in a coma that confirms it.
Something? What does that mean? Where can I find it?
I don't know exactly what it is. The wounds don't resemble anything seen around here before. What you seek is large, powerful, and obviously has enormous claws at its disposal. The wounded man was found west of the swamps, crawling towards the village. If you really wish to fall upon that beast, that would be a good place to start. But bear in mind the possibility that it may be the beast which falls upon you.
Facts.
I'd like to see what you have to sell.
Oh my god. I just did it again. Y'all, I did it again. I accidentally sold all my items again. Oh, why do I keep doing that? No, purchase. Now I gotta buy it back for a high behind price. Yo, I just sold this to you. I just sold this to you for 26 and you want me to buy it for 71. Wow. Now I'm broke. I should have never. And what's crazy, I gave you all my health kits to help you, and you don't got nothing to sell. I can't buy one. Not one.
Unless I miss my guess. What brings you here?
I'd like to see what you have to sell.
I can't believe I just sat there and did that, thinking I'm buying all of that stuff and I didn't. Man, you don't got none to sell. I just gave you 5 of them for... This is the last time I'm gonna be nice to people. I'm done being nice to people.
It's a robot, right? This is pt.2, right?
I'm talking, it's a person in the village. She like a little doctor, like to help take care of refugees. So I decided to be nice, and I gave her all 5 of my health kits to help people. But I accidentally sold her all this stuff by mistake. Like one of the items I sold her for 26 gold.
Is that the game that you playing yesterday? What, the big old monster thing?
Yeah. So I sold her item for 26. You know, she made me pay 71 for it back. The other item that I sold her for 17. Oh, sorry. She made me spend. She wanted 104 for it. I feel duped. I'm starting to realize my stuff is worth more. Get there. Is it this way?
Yeah, who are you? One of them fucking mercenaries, right?
Fucking mercenary, yeah. Sounds about right.
You know what I call your lot? Ore blades. I got no time for ores.
Ooh.
Maybe if you were to do something about your bad breath, the whores would let you get close to them, you know? I'm just saying.
Go fuck yourself, Oreblade. Do I have to spit it out, or should I just put my boot in your arse? Clear off!
Would you just shut your stupid mouth for 2 seconds, please? The steward sent me here to help you.
Oh, that's all I need. Don't he think I got enough on my plate? Now he sends me some Oreblade from God's nowhere. Hey, as long as it ain't me is paying for you, hey? You want to help? Knock yourself out. But I warn you, there's plenty to do.
Get to the point before I set a torch to your breath.
All right, take it easy. No need to get nasty, eh? You want to help? Yes or no?
Keep talking.
Well, for a start, you could try and find one of my patrols that's gone missing.
Everybody want to look for
At
missing
first,
people.
I
Not
thought
if
maybe
the
one of those
FBI agent.
half-wits was sleeping it off under a tree somewhere. But it's been a while now. Maybe something bad happened to him in the swamp.
I guess I could go back and check.
What a coincidence. That's exactly what I was going to ask you. After that, well, I suppose a pro like you, I guess you would be useful helping out the sentries. It won't be luxury. I don't know if you've seen what we're supposed to fight with, but, wow, if you can have a word with your quartermaster to see what he can do for my lads, you have my blessing.
The benediction of a drunk. Better and better.
It's what all us fucking mercenaries dream of. All right, I'll see what I can do.
Right. We may be living in the arsehole of Virgil, but being armed like a bunch of tramps, we can do without. And while you're at it, when you've been to the forge, you'll probably feel like letting off steam a bit. Why don't you go and take it out on my lads?
What do you mean?
Kick their arses so they can't sit down and get drunk instead of patrolling. And show them a couple of tricks while you're at it. A bit of training. Couldn't do no harm.
Your men can't afford to keep their thumbs in their asses. It's time to teach them how to use those weapons.
Knock yourself out, Payblade. I'll go and shake them awake.
I keep missing your shots. Good job.
Perfect. I couldn't have done better. I reckon the lesson is going to leave a few marks this time. Have you got time to go again, while they're still warmed up?
Mm-hmm. Why not? Let's go.
I'm the new noodle suit for the daggers. Oh, come on, man. Like the new recruits again. I let a couple newbies beat me, bro. Health is crazy. Where's Symbol? Sure use her help. Kick into my towers. Jump back. Oh, I wasn't in ranger stance. I'm trying to let my heal and then go up for a second. Can't jump back in time. I'm so close to leveling up too. And I thought I was supposed to be having double. Wait a minute. Let me see something.
I don't know what this game is and don't have time to learn, so take my like and view.
Okay. Thanks. Oh, you handle two-handed swords better. I thought you get two swords with the swashbuckler. I feel dumb. Oh, that could be cool. I mean, I'm pretty good at finding them on my own, I think. Yeah, sure, I've missed a few. Now would have been a really good time to have some. I totally forgot about this. Wait, where are they at?
Look at this. My favorite fucking troublemaker.
About those sentry guards. Last time we looked at the difference between the hilt and the blade. Now it's time for the second lesson.
After last time's arse kicking, they'll drag their feet a bit, but I'll bring them back.
do that? I really don't know. Whoa. I do not like this two-handed sword. Straight move way too slow. How? Oh my goodness. I got tired of showing up. That's what it is.
Even so, they are making progress. If you whack them enough times, they remember how to defend themselves. Are you up for giving them one last lesson?
For sure.
One last lesson.
Too long powering up. Oh wait, I got arrows? I forgot I found arrows. Oh, I got a couple shots off now. I tried to retreat and it didn't work. To at least get to 50% health. While I do that, I'm actually about to check my stream.
LOL, okay, Germ, I can appreciate that, bro.
Thank you. I was not trying to waste that last trap on that dude. Come on. Round like 11 on the trap, I need the other dude to go there. Oh, I need to leave. Okay, this way. Set one. Yo, what's up? I just got back on live streaming the same game. I had to get off for a little while to go do something.
Look at this. My favorite fucking troublemaker.
About those sentry guards. So, where exactly did your patrol disappear?
somewhere out in the swamp, to stop the chrysalids from regrouping too close to the village. But I specifically ordered them not to go too far.
I'll handle it. I'll go find him. Is there some place in the village where I can get your men's equipment repaired without it costing me an arm and a leg?
Only one I know of is that ass blacksmith's forge. And just talking to him usually costs me an arm, 2 legs, and both me bollocks.
Thanks for the tip. I hope your men have managed to remember a couple of moves. I plan to put them through a test where they'll take some licks.
I'll get them fired up and ready to put their hearts into it.
And I gotta redo it because it didn't stick the last time. Thank you. Dang it. Oh, I wasn't trying to use that. Dang it. Ah. How are you making that sound, Dad? Oh, I did not think he was going to hit me just now. Bro, that's like the absolute wrong direction, yo. What? Come on, I can normally get my whole floor in there before I die. Distance while I try to heal. No! Oh my goodness, I almost had it that time. I'm playing like trash right now. Set up a trap. I want to get close on my trap though. Actually, no, I don't want to be. Oh! What? Bro, why am I just realizing I had this? Oh, okay, it's lit now. Did I just go to the main menu by mistake? I hope I didn't. I really hope I didn't. I did. Oh my god. Right in the middle of battle. I swear. I can't get right. I just realized I had fire swords that I didn't even know I had that.
I don't know what that means, but
basically it's swords, you know, like swords, sling, throw them around, they're on fire. I can set them on fire to add added damage.
What?
It costs 30 of my secondary health to do it, but it's the point that I didn't know I could do it. I got my girl completely armored out, like, I don't like my new sword though. The double-handed sword, that joint takes too slow to use. Get down. You just need one more hit. Get down. You're done. Ooh, miss your shots. Miss your shots. You want to use your arrows right now? I got one too. Get down. 2 more go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Matter of fact, we're gonna hit one of these manas.
Wait, is the new Uncharted called The Lost Legacy?
Lost Legacy. With two girls on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the latest one. That one came out like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
I'll think of The Last of Us. Never mind. Well, the Uncharted on the jump for $20.
Yeah, I got the first 4. That's the only one I don't have. That's the 5th one. Hold up, wait a minute. Please run, please run. Oh, that's the little flame up joint that I bought, but it had to be in that kind of a distance. I didn't know I had to be that close. Let's get closer and do it. Still not close enough. I can't afford to get much closer than that because of my health. Down. Slice, slice, slice.
Nice job. Of course, they'll hate you for a while, but what they learned here today will save their lives one day.
My pleasure. I like this way of saving lives.
Life reducer. That was my new objective. Green horse training. Stock stream low. Don't forget that you can make your own potion traps and crossbow cross at any time. Don't forget to allocate the character's feat points you get every time you gain a level. The fate of the prince and the heirs to the kingdom of the elves is in the hands of the red scribes. I might play Doom tonight, but I don't know. It might be enough adventuring for one day. I'm not sure which one of these I'm supposed to go to. Like, it's starting to get hard to keep up with the objectives at this point. Let's see if I can get some health joints. I got some rations. Oh, I did get a bush again. Where's the third one though? Guessing it gotta be somewhere up here. I reckon. Just need one more. I got the first three. Relatively easy, as they were right there in front of me. And I gotta find the fourth one, which I guess is the sign to hide from me. Alright. Is there, I think there's a way to go upstairs, right? Can't go upstairs right there? No? Alright, maybe I do need to buy the other junk where the little sound to go off for each other. I'm doubting is not going to be in here, right? Like, the fourth one gotta be in here. Why would they put the first three in here and not the fourth one? That makes no sense.
The Order of the Freeborn Blades is of great repute, and the mercenary does honor to its name.
I didn't even click this also.
Mercenary's powers are both astonishing and fascinating. The knight would like to duel with the mercenary, that he may judge the mercenary's strength.
You want to duel with me, homie? Let's do it.
I never turned down a good fight.
I mean, I got things to be doing,
maybe we should take it outside. We don't want to break everything in here, do we?
The knight is honored and bows to his adversary's wisdom.
Relmar, wait for me here. I'll be a moment.
Dang it. I was in the middle trying to find the fourth and final ration. I tell you, it's hard to stick to one task in this game. You end up getting sucked into a whole bunch of other. For every task you focus on, it's like 5 more come along. And then you gotta do them and then double back to your original task and then come upon even more.
Will not hold back her blows.
It's never that. Let's get it. Ooh, nice hit. Bro, that didn't do damage on him at all. This dude is strong. Bro, he's not missing. Like, okay. Like, I get a little space. Like, back up off me, Randall. Like, okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. He about it. He with it. Alright. I'm gonna use my ranger. Oh, my kick ain't do nothing on him. This dude is heck strong. Don't forget the traps are your specialty. Used right, they can make a job a lot easier. Whoa, that there. Oh man, I went back to the main menu by mistake. I did not mean to use my... Another trophy is a trap. Gotta play smart sometimes. I think I can beat him without using my last trap. No, I was not trying to do that.
The knight has never before battled an adversary with such power, and he believes that she could be that which is needed to change the course of this war.
You fight pretty good yourself.
Very good.
Where'd you learn your moves? I can't believe you learned to fight like that in this backwater.
The knight has traveled far and fought many battles. He has only lived in this village for a short time.
What are you doing in the middle of these swamps when you could be making a difference on the battlefield?
The knight has fought a great many battles, but he feels he can be more useful protecting those who have nothing left.
I have to go.
Shareable.
I'm glad we could test each other's mettle. It was fun.
Before his adversary rushes off to fight other battles, the knight has a question for him. He wishes to know if the freeborn blades would like him to join them.
I'm not the one who decides who joins the company, but I can ask the captain for you.
He has thought long on it and wishes it would be so.
Well, that's great. I'll ask him, but I can't promise you anything.
Just the captain of freeborn believes that equals Randval. Oh, these are each 3 tier. Okay. Yes, definitely additional health regeneration. Matter of fact, I'm about to mock all of these. I should mock all of these in there. I ain't gonna do that though. And that one right there was rapid dagger attacks. Oh yeah, this way I can use my fire moves instantaneously. I forgot where I left my little sidekick at.
The knight heard talk of a troubling event that happened during the meeting between the mercenary and the steward.
Yeah, the short version is I have a demon living inside of me.
A demon? The knight has never heard of such a creature. Should he be worried?
For now, it's just a voice in my head that doesn't seem to want to hurt me. But if I start spitting fire and attacking everybody, I'm counting on you to do what has to be done. Okay?
The knight is honored by the trust placed in him. He will not betray it.
Bet. Honestly, we don't really need to talk about his comments at all.
I have a few questions I need to ask you. You mentioned the Order of the Ember Knights. What is it?
It is the order that the knight belongs to. They are the surviving warriors and honored soldiers of other orders that were lost during this war.
Okay, so it's kind of the Order of the Orphan Knights?
This name does not sound well to his ears.
Right. So you haven't always been an Ember Knight?
No. He was first a defender of the Algander Islands. Then he was a Templar of the Order of Burgeons, and then a Brother of the Rock, and then a Summer Tracker.
So, all of those orders have been lost?
It's a Templar, huh?
That must have been hard.
He has lost many valorous companions in battle. His heart is heavy with scars.
I bet. What is the creed of the Ember Knights?
The knight has long searched for the answer. Now he knows it. To seek a glorious death and carry as many enemies as possible away with him.
That's kind of depressing. Well, if you follow me, we should be able to get the chance for you to have your beautiful death. Maybe just don't commit suicide the first chance you get.
The knight will wait for this moment.
You're not from around here. Where do you come from?
The knight was born in the Algander Islands. It is a proud and savage place where the struggle against the wind and vicious neighbors makes a man strong. The Ice Lords attacked the islands more than 15 years ago, long before the rest of Vertial knew that the world was now at war. The clans were always fighting, but they fought together as brothers when the islands were threatened. And as a defender of Algander, the knight had the honor to be one of the first to fight. And with his brothers for a long time, he repulsed the invader. Some of the clan chiefs wanted to make peace with the Ice Lords, but the Ice Lords betrayed them, and the clans were decimated.
Damn.
Their numbers were sorely missed during the following battles, and in a few short months, the war was almost lost. The knight was sent by the surviving clan chiefs to the mainland to find allies. But time is a cruel master. When he returned to his homeland, the islands were buried beneath the ice.
So, how did you end up in the village of Valvanor?
When he saw that all his kin were slain, the knight was hungry for revenge and sought out battles to bathe his pain in blood. But in every battle, he lost more of his brothers in arms and faced an enemy that only grew stronger. The orders were always hazardous, with betrayals common and errors never-ending. Faced with these eternal difficulties and death, always more death, the knight lost his hope, and so he left the field of battle. He decided instead to take care of the war's victims, to protect them, even though he knew it could only last a short time. It is a final mission without any other hope, but to give comfort and relief to a few innocent souls.
What do you think of the Red Scribes?
Their studies have made them blind. Only knowledge interests them. They show contempt for all else. Today, they have the ear of the last surviving warriors. They do not deserve this honor, and their words are hollow.
So what did you abandon when you entered the Order of the Ember Knights?
So what did you abandon when you entered into the Order of the Ember Knights?
The knight has already said he does not wish to speak of this.
This could be the last chance you get to talk about it.
It is true that tomorrows are becoming less likely. But the abandonment of the past means the forgetting of it. And it is often painful to dig through memories.
That's what you claim. But I can tell you're dying to talk about it.
Very well. Know then that the knight once had a family.
I suppose they must be dead. Sorry for your loss.
It was long ago. 15 years have passed since his wife and his 2 daughters were taken from him.
The Deadwalker army?
Yes. They were among the first victims when the Ice Lords attacked the Algander Islands. They were thought to be safe with the other women, far behind the front lines. But the Deadwalkers broke through our lines and stole away the innocents. The knight searched the enemy lines for days, but when he found them, he had to fight what the sorcerers had created from his wife and his children.
Damn.
A dread creature, multiple and monstrous. This was the most difficult fight of all his life.
Let's change the subject. I haven't had time to go see the captain, but I promise I will as soon as I can. I'm going.
Wait a second. direction.
Relmar, you got a minute?
Yes.
I need your expertise. Will you come with me?
Of course I will. Lead the way.
Sybil, can I talk to you?
Yes?
I need your help. Come with me?
If you want.
Are you going to choose one at a time to come to? I guess I'll take Sybil. Because you can protect her anyway, plus I need her, as a medic.
Mercenary?
I need your help. I'll be going now.
What can I do for you, Vulcan?
I'll take my leave. See you later.
Look at this. My favorite fucking troublemaker.
A barfly like you probably knows a lot about the people here, I'm guessing, huh?
Flattery will get you everywhere.
You look like you can probably handle a sword. How come you didn't get recruited?
Oh, just unlucky, I suppose. Last time an Alliance recruiter come through, I was stuck in the crapper. Worst dose of the shits I ever had.
Forget I even asked.
So, I never got to the front. I can't tell you how much I regret that.
What's your opinion of the steward?
My opinion? Tell the truth, I never liked how he talks, like an elf reject. But he does what he can. And honestly, he manages better than I do. Him and me, we ain't always seen eye to eye. For example, if it had been up to me, I'd have driven them refugees back into the swamps. And fuck what that bleeding art apothecary says.
How's it going with the refugees?
I'm not a monster. I got nothing against sheltering a few brave souls. Most of my lads are blokes who are here to protect their families. But enough is enough. I just can't protect everybody. You can't squeeze a whole city into a fucking life raft.
Not wrong, but you can try.
How well do you know Randval?
Wow, not enough to trust him with his airs and all. The night with this and the night with that. Having said that, he has saved us from a few accidents in the village. He's a damn good fighter, and he don't ask questions. Balls of steel, that one. Sometimes I think he must have a death wish or something. If that's so, he ain't taking the easy way out. But then, who gives a toss? When he turned up a few weeks ago, it certainly took some of the pressure off. But he acts like his shit don't stink. Obviously, me and the lads aren't good enough for the likes of him.
I'm going.
It's Buffalo. I need Captain, but it's a bird.
Oh there, Powder Woman. You still didn't manage to blow yourself up?
Pretty quiet around here, huh?
Yeah. Too quiet for my taste.
Facts. I was
Do
about
you
to say the
really
same
imagine
thing.
the Deadwalkers are going to forget about this place just because this swamp is dangerous?
No, but it'll slow them down, and maybe we'll see them coming.
Ha! You can bet your ass they're already here. There's something in the air that stinks, and I don't mean the locals either. I feel like the Ice Lords are watching us. Right now.
I have a few questions for you. How are the blades holding up?
We left some blood on the stones in the temple, but most of the company got away all right. But if we don't get some new recruits soon, things are gonna get serious.
Perfect.
The captain has sent some men ahead to Karalthas. I hope they manage to pick up a few recruits, and they're not too scabby.
Isn't there anybody in this village worth recruiting?
See for yourself. There isn't a single man amongst the guards or the refugees that knows which end of a sword you're supposed to hold. We'll just have to wait. And
Wait, why can't I recommend Randall?
So you made it out of the temple then?
I did. I suppose my time's not up yet. I guess that'll cause more gossip amongst the youngsters. The eternal survivor. My balls. There are some days when I wish it would be over.
Yeah, right. You're gonna outlive all of us. Do you think we can win against the Deadwalker army?
Against the Deadwalker army? No chance. Now, the Ice Lords, that's another question.
What do you mean?
Only that sometimes you have to try to chop off the head, you know? That bunch of walking corpses wouldn't be any trouble at all if there was no one to guide them.
I guess you're right. But I don't think that makes the task any easier.
There was a time, way back, you know, when there were so many of us in the company, several hundred, that the captain decided to delegate. So he chose 2 lieutenants. Those 2 assholes fought over how to share out the men for weeks. They both wanted to take the best men for their group. And the result? We had our asses handed to us by an army that was hardly more numerous than we were. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the Deadwalkers are just the same. You've got 7 bosses, and each one of them wants to control everything.
So, if we could pit them against each other...
Now you're thinking straight. I don't know how we could do it, but I'm sure that it's possible.
See you later.
A good day to you, soldier. I do believe that today is your lucky day.
I should warn you. You try to rip me off, I'll rip pieces off of you.
No. I would never do that.
Seeing as how you're pretty resourceful, I figured you know everybody around here. Is there a blacksmith around somewhere?
Yes, there is one. Me.
I should have known. Another faker?
Not at all. Listen, I understand you might think I'm some kind of charlatan. But before being an outcast starving in the worst hole in the swamp, I was a blacksmith. The problem is that I don't have any forge or equipment. Otherwise, believe me, I wouldn't be out here begging just to survive.
Why not use the village forge?
I tried that, but that idiot, so-called artist that works there, almost took my head off and started throwing everything that wasn't nailed down at me. No, what I really need to work right is my equipment. My forge cart.
And where is your cart?
At the other end of the swamp, unfortunately. Here, look. I'll show you on your map.
If I get it back for you, you'll have to help me fix up the guard's equipment. Agreed?
Agreed. On one condition, of course. That you also get me some supplies. Let's see. There aren't that many guards, so about 10 pieces of raw metal, 10 good leather hides, and 10 pieces of refined metal should do the trick.
Well, I hope that means our guards will be well equipped.
Greetings, mercenary.
I wanted to ask you, have you ever met the steward?
He came to see the refugees several times, but I never spoke to him. I got the impression he couldn't stand us. He's the boss and we're the little people, see?
The life of a refugee can't be easy.
I've been a refugee for years. 5 to be exact. All these years on the road. And believe me, it's never easy. But this village is a pretty good place. The healing house gives us food most of the time, and we're safe. That's not bad.
How are things going with the guards?
No, we don't see them too much around here. They're basically here to guard the village. They don't give a shit about the refugees, so they keep their distance. And I hope for the steward's sake that he's not counting too much on them to keep him safe. I've seen lots of soldiers on the road, but as useless as them, never.
You ever hear about a beast that lives just outside the village?
Everybody's talking about it, so yeah, I've heard things. But there are animals everywhere out here. You can hear them howling and snarling all over the place during the night. But I do believe there is something bigger and meaner than the others. As far as what it is, though...
Right, I'm leaving.
Leather, mana, and spirit.
Greetings, mercenary.
Right. The mercenary salutes you, knight. I haven't had time to go see the captain, but I promise I will as soon as I can. I'm going. The mercenary salutes you, knight. Ranval, I need you. Come with me.
The knight is proud to be of service.
Oh, no, I don't even know what the girl went in case I wanted to change my mom. He can fight his behind though. I just like only like symbols because she can she's like a medic. She can help you heal. So.
So, you have returned. What is your desire?
Show me what you have for sale. This is how I leave the village. So then how do I get to... I suppose once I leave, like your way. Do I look like a general?
I don't know, General, sir.
If I'm asking you that, it probably means that I'm not.
Well, it could be a test to see if I'm being a good soldier, General, sir.
Then you
It's
flunked
probably
the test.
Bumpkin is
You're crap
idiot.
at recognizing rank.
They never taught me that, General, sir. Plus, I don't see so good, General, sir.
Isn't there a boss guard to help you with that?
Yes, General, sir. He posted me here and said to deal with it, General, sir.
This village is condemned, and without a doubt, it is better thus.
All right, we're not going to waste all day on this. Stop calling me General, sir. My name is Vulcan.
Understood, General Vulcan, sir.
The knight has also been called General. He has been unable to make the simple-minded understand.
Tell me about it. Whatever. Forget about it, soldier. See you later, soldier.
I didn't even see what the other options were.
My
I forgot I
respect,
had Randolph
sir.
with me.
I'm not a... Greetings, soldier. I want you to give me some intel about the village. What do you think of the boss guard?
General, sir, boss guard Mason, he is a good boss. He is, competent and,
Be honest, soldier. One thing I hate, it's a liar.
It's just I don't want any trouble, General, sir.
You won't get any. I'm asking you this because I trust you. And nobody else will ever know.
Okay, General, sir. Because the thing is, well, Boss Guard Mason, I guess I don't think he is a very good boss, General, sir. He insults us all the time. Never shows us how to do nothing. He spends all his time drinking like a chamber pot instead of doing his patrols.
Thanks for the information. It'll stay just between us. All these refugees. Are they causing any trouble?
Well, it's true there is a lot of them. So that means a lot more work for us. Sometimes one of them will try to sneak in and steal some food, but you don't never let them do that. Then again, we can't get too mad at them either. It's all because of the war. Those people are just like us, more or less, except that they've lost everything. And sometimes they help us too. A couple have even joined the guard when the boss thought they was good enough. Plus there's Renko. Well, he fixed up my granddad's spade. He's a real nice guy, that one.
Good info.
I see. What do you think about the steward?
The steward? Well, I don't know much about him, General, sir. But before the war, when he took care of the hunting lodge, he used to come and buy vegetables from my grandparents. But they didn't like him much. He always spoke to them like he thought they was scum.
Why does character remind me of Forrest Gump?
You stand in front of the swamps every day. You must know a lot about them, right?
Oh, not that much, General, sir. I never set foot out there. It's way too dangerous. Boss Mason posted me at this here gate, and that is just fine with me. There's lots of monsters out there. I can hear them, and that's enough for me. And even when there's no noise, we hear the whispering, and, well, that's even worse.
The whispering?
Yes, General, sir. Sounds like my own mama's voice sometimes. Except that she's been dead these past 5 years. Plus, I can't make out one word she's saying. And that don't make no sense. Mama and me always understood each other.
I see. Let's change the subject. See you later, soldier.
It's too bad you can't set a waypoint on this joint. Here we go. I am glad I didn't leave that. I had a feeling it still had to be in here. That cat? No, look at these.
That should be enough food. We'll see what Miranda says when we get back to the healing house.
Alright, I'm gonna talk to the cat, and then I'll take the food back first. How much more do I need from Rinko? That should be enough. Maybe not.
Here, I got those ingredients you wanted, and some things to eat as well.
This is very generous of you. I promise you this will save many lives.
What is the point? As useless as bandaging a corpse.
Perfect. Then I can begin passing all this out among the refugees. Here. This is to thank you for your efforts.
Thanks. You've got everything you need, I think.
Thank you for your help. But don't fool yourself. With all of these refugees, I never have everything we need. If you ever have any extra food or ingredients, I'd be happy to buy them from you.
I'll keep that in mind. You've got everything you need, I think.
Thank you for your help. But don't fool yourself.
Oh, that's the same thing.
With all of these refugees, I never have everything we need.
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, I can skip it.
I'm still looking for your assistant.
Here? I seriously doubt that he's still here in the village. Please, I know that it's dangerous, but you'll have much better luck looking for him in the swamplands. Come back and see me when you've any news.
I'm about to go find Rinko, then talk to Captain, and start my journey to the next mission before I get off. You still here, Dad?
Be right back, nature is calling.
I'll be right back. Back. Yeah, why? Yeah, I'm probably gonna get off in like 30 minutes, honestly.
WSSPDC Gamer Gang. Thanks for stopping by another video. Much appreciated. If you wish to donate, you can now do so at my Cash App. Hashtag.
There's some more. Okay, I see. I think he gotta be over here. Okay, I guess not. Where the freak is drink? Okay, not, I know who that is right there. This is Mason. Or Manson, whatever his name is. Gotta figure out where. Because, like, so we forgot. Dang nabbit. Oh snap, I'm stepping on y'all grave and what? My fault. How disrespectful. Hurry, not in here. Fuck is Rico, man? I'm actually starting to get a headache, so I just wanted to complete this mission. I was gonna go lay down, but I'm probably gonna get on later. I usually get on around like 10 or 11. I don't know if you're up at that time or not. Oh my god. Alright, bet. I'll hit you up and let you know. Feel you. It's like it's the other way, like that's Buffalo. They're like, oh, it is this way. All right, cool.
Greetings, mercenary.
Will you be able to help me improve the guard's equipment?
I'd love to. In fact, if I could, I'd probably already be doing it. The problem is that I don't have any forge or equipment. Otherwise, believe me, I wouldn't be out here begging just to survive.
Why not use the village forge?
I tried that, but that idiot, so-called artist that works there, almost took my head off and started throwing everything that wasn't nailed down at me. No, what I really need to work right is my equipment. My forge cart.
And where is your cart?
At the other end of the swamp, unfortunately. Here, look. I'll show you on your map.
If I get it back for you, you'll have to help me fix up the guard's equipment. Agreed?
Agreed. On one condition, of course.
Yeah, what's the
that you
supplies
also
I
get
need?
me some supplies. Let's see. There aren't that many
Metal.
guards, so about 10 pieces of raw metal, 10 good leather hides, and 10 pieces of refined metal should do the trick.
Raw metal, refined metal, leather.
I hope that means our guards will be well equipped.
Relmar is a cheeky elf, but ready to sacrifice anything for his ideals. Unlike most of his people, he refused to obey his king's order to remain neutral and help the other nations in the war against the Ice Lords in his own way. For many years, he attacked his own people's convoys in order to provide weapons and resources to those who fought, which made him a pariah and outlaw in his homeland. Nonetheless, he loves his people and is proud of them, and holds his childhood from Prince and Randall in high regard. Randall is a trained knight from the north of Variol. He seems to have walked a road sodden with lost battle and bitter disillusion. His main wish is to die with honor in memorable battle, but for the moment fate does not seem to want to grant his wish. After seeing the troops in order disappear all around, he decided to become a warder of Valvanor. His skill in combat has helped the villagers more than once, but a safe bet that he is starting to tire of his rather unexciting role. Siobhan is the Ridge Guard's healer. Asael is, by force of circumstances, the Valvanir blacksmith. He is eccentric and somewhat disagreeable. He is fulfilling the role of unwillingly bemoaning the days when he was a sculptor and artist. Mason is the leader of Valvanir Guard. Tough and thick-headed, he is hardly friendly, and his troops are a model of incompetence. Nonetheless, by helping him out a bit, you may be able to gain his respect, and more importantly, ensure that the guard knows what to do in the event of attack. Rinko came to Valvanor with other refugees some time ago. He is wily and smooth and uses his abilities to survive. His profession is completely different, though. Before he lost his forge cart in the swamp, he was a blacksmith with unquestioned skill in the domain. The steward of Valvanir, birthed a chain bridge, just used to have to take care of a Hansi lodge frequented by nobles in search of game in the marshes. But since the start of the war, the small lodge had received large numbers of refugees and been transformed into a small stronghold. Though not everyone enamored of him, the steward has nonetheless managed to keep order in the desperate community and ensure that everyone has food and shelter, despite all the problems he encounters. Mariana is Valvanor's healer and runs the dispensary. The widow of an elf doctor who was also her teacher. On his death, she continued his work, caring for wounded and sick refugees. Sometimes she violently disagrees with the steward, who wants to restrict refugees' access to the dispensary. Raw metal arts. I need 8 more refined metal. I got plenty of leather. Oh yeah, I gotta go on the other side, I forgot. Gotta go down this side. Kinda wide through the stairs from the other side. Alright, here we go. Oh, cause I could have went down the stairs on this side too. Dang it. Okay, I see. Where I messed up at. Can you make me connect over here? I'm about to save the game right here. I'm getting off, bro. Yeah. See you. At least the game. Thank you for everybody who stopped by my stream. I really appreciate it. Please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, hit that bell post notification so that you'll be notified of all future uploads and live streams I like. We at 229 subs, and hopefully by the end of the day we're at 235. That would be amazing if we could achieve that today. If not, I hope we can at least achieve 230, which is only one extra sub, so that's easy. Hopefully we can do it, and we can be on our way to hitting 250 maybe by next week, 2 weeks max, and then we'll be well on our way to our 500 sub goal, and eventually the 1K big banger. So yeah, if you already subscribed, I really appreciate you dearly. Just be sure to drop a like, spam up them comments, and hit that bell if you haven't done so already. By doing these 3 simple things, for one, you are notified of my future uploads, so that you can, stop by and show some love and some foot traffic on those videos. But the liking and commenting helps the foot traffic on the video you're already watching and enjoying, hopefully, and that helps the YouTube algorithm further promote my channel and suggest it to people who watch similar and like content. If you're not subscribed and you made it this far, I'm going to assume you like what you see, so please go ahead and subscribe and do those other things I aforementioned. And with this it, this was your girl DZ Gamer 202, and remember, let's watch your model mobile if it's a game